So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So I hope you are aware that on this channel we meet you at 7 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday. And on Tuesday we discuss static GK, and on Wednesday at 7 p.m. we discuss current affairs. And if you are watching our class from the last week, I'm sure you must be aware that last Tuesday at 7 p.m. we discussed important days, because days are very much asked in the exam. Okay. From the last week, I'm sure you must be aware. So part one we have done where we have done from I think January till March. ठीक है 24th मार्च और वर्ल्ड टीबी डे है, वहां तक हम लोगों ने कल किया था लास्ट क्लास में. सो विल स्टार्ट लास्ट ट्यूसडे को 7 PM पे, है ना. So we'll be starting from there only. So this is actually the part 2 that we are going to do. So let's start. Am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? If yes, then please write yes. Is everything fine? Just hold on. What has happened? Just hold on for a second. I think my system has got hanged. Just hold on for a minute. I think we are witnessing some. My laptop is getting hanged, so we are just starting it in few seconds. Okay, now I think it's fine. Okay, so let us begin. So this is our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. And part 1 we have done it. If you have not watched the part 1, please go and watch it. We have done it on last Tuesday at 7 PM. And this is actually the part 2 that we are going to discuss today. If you're one more thing, yes, on our playlist, just go to the playlist section. You can watch the previous classes. For example, the current weekly current affairs discussion. Click on view full playlist and you'll get the previous videos. Okay, so please watch that, है ना. And similarly, we have done static GK का ये playlist है. Click on that. You can watch the previous videos where we have discussed the previous year questions. Okay. So let us begin. ये वाला question मैंने आपको दिखाया था कि this type of question was asked in CUET exam in the last class. वो जो part 1 जिसमें है ना, हमने बताया ना कि part 1 भी देख लीजिएगा if you have not watched. So we have done actually till here. In the last class we have done here till here part 1. World TB Day. It is on 24th March. So now let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, that is World Health Day. Please tell me, where do we celebrate or when do we observe World Health Day? 11th April, 1st April, 7th April, 9th April. What is the right answer to this question? And why? World Health Day. So basically WHO, that is World Health Organization. Health Organization was established on that day, 7th April 1948. And that is why 7th April is celebrated or observed as World Health Day. Okay. And where is the headquarter of WHO? Please tell me if you know the answer in the comment section. Headquarter of WHO is actually in Geneva, Switzerland. And the Director General is Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. That is what you should be knowing about. So, and he's actually from Ethiopia. So this question was asked especially during COVID lockdown. He was very much in the news. So once the lockdown got over, a lot of exam asked the same question: that who is the Director General of WHO, World Health Organization? Okay. I'm just giving an idea about that. Let's move on to the next one. World Earth Day. When do we observe? 22nd April, 22nd March, 22nd April, 29th April, 21st April. ये previous year question में they have asked it, and they repeat these types of previous year questions. वर्ल्ड अर्थ डे कब होता है? When do we have World Earth Day? The right answer is option B. 22nd April is the right answer to this question. Okay, so you should know it. If you know the answer, please write it in the live chat. I am waiting for the response. The next is National Panchayati Raj Day. 24th April, 30th April, 29th April, 21st April. What is the right answer to this question? National Panchayati Raj Day. It's actually on option A, 24th April, because on 24th April 1992, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act was passed or got implemented, I would say. And I'm sure 73rd Amendment talks about Panchayati Raj institution, constitutionalizing Panchayati Raj institution. For example, Gram Panchayats, local bodies, these powers are now mentioned in the constitution. That is what you should be knowing about. So the right answer is option A. 24th April is the right answer to this question. Okay, Panchayati Raj institution, which includes panchayats, mukhyas, and a gram sabha. I'm sure you must have heard this term. The next one is International Labour Day is on 1st May, 3rd May, 29th April, 7th May. What is the right answer to this question? Labour Day. International Labour Day. It's on option A, 1st May. A is the right answer to this question. Okay. That is what you should know. The next is World Press Freedom Day. Very important. On this day, World Press Freedom Index is released. Freedom Index is released by RSF, Reporters Sans Frontier. This is a French-based NGO, also known as Reporters Without Borders. Okay. World Press Freedom Day is on 3rd May. P is the right answer to this question. Okay. This is very important. And whenever Press Freedom Index आता है, whenever it comes, you should know India's rank. India की rank कितनी है पूछा जाता है अक्सर. ठीक है. So you should be knowing. You have to update yourself accordingly. The next is National Technology Day is on which day? And why do we celebrate or observe this? 19th May, 10th May, 7th May, 11th May. What is the right answer to this question? National Technology Day. It's actually on 10th May because 10th May 1998, India conducted its second nuclear test. Second nuclear test. The first one was conducted in 1974. That is called as Pokhran 1. Pokhran is the place in Rajasthan where it was conducted. This is the second nuclear test called as Pokhran 2 in Rajasthan. So B is the right answer to this question. Okay. 10th May sorry, 10th May बता दिया. 11th May, please correct it. 11th May 1998, Pokhran 2 happened. ठीक है, please correct it. It's 11th May. I have mistakenly said 10th May. ठीक है. To commemorate the nuclear Pokhran nuclear test. ठीक है. The second Pokhran 2, it should be written Pokhran 2. and it was called as Operation Shakti. It was conducted during the time of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, ठीक है, when he was the Prime Minister of India. और इसी में एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम सर का रोल था. एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम, आफ्टर दैट ही एक्चुअली बिकेम वेरी फेमस. He later on became the president of India, but before that he was famous for the nuclear test. Along with there was one more scientist. His name was Chidambaram, something Chidambaram. I don't remember his full name. That was also there. Okay, he was the scientist. Yes, here is Rajasthan, and this is Pokhran, where the nuclear test happened, the first one and the second one. The next is International Day of Biodiversity. When do we observe or celebrate? इंटरनेशनल बायोडाइवर्सिटी डे. अच्छा, बायोडाइवर्सिटी क्या होता है? नाम में लिखा हो बायो प्लस डाइवर्सिटी. बायो मीन्स लाइफ, एनी एनिमल, प्लांट एंड एनिमल का डाइवर्सिटी. You will find biodiversity. The idea is the more diverse the ecosystem is, the more stable it is. Okay. So biodiversity, the higher the biodiversity, it is considered as good from environment point of view. Okay. And you will find more biodiversity in the tropical regions because of sunlight and etc. So we celebrate International Biodiversity Day on 22nd May. ठीक है, बस डेज याद रखना. थीम्स जनरली नहीं पूछते CUET में, जहां तक मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है. सो यू शुड रिमेंबर द डेज, कि कौन से दिन कौन सा डेट मनाया था. यू हैव टू रोट लर्न इट, तो रटना ही पड़ेगा एक तरह से आपको. ठीक है, 22 मई को इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी मनाते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज वर्ल्ड एनवायरमेंट डे. व्हेन डू वी ऑब्जर्व? 3rd June, 5th June, 11th June, 19th June. And why? World Environment Day. So there's a very famous event related with this. That is what you should be knowing. And this is very, very, very important, actually. Very, very, very important. 5th June 1972, Stockholm Conference happened. Stockholm is actually a place in Sweden, Sweden's capital. So this was, I think, one of the first initiative regarding environment. Okay, 5th June 1972, and theme वगैरह नहीं याद रखना, no need to remember the theme. So Stockholm Conference happened, and this resulted into establishment of UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. So it was established on 5th June 1972, which is headquartered in Nairobi. I think this should be the spelling. Nairobi. Yes, Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya's capital. Okay, let's move on to the next one. International Yoga Day. Very important. Very, very, very important. When do we observe? And you have to tell me that what is the significance of that. International Yoga Day. So when Modi ji came to power, he initiated this idea of celebrating Yoga Day in United Nations. UN General Assembly passed the resolution in 2014. And since 2015, actually, this is being celebrated at world level. So actually, the answer International Yoga Day is on 21st June. And this is actually the longest day in Northern Hemisphere. Do not write only longest day, because, of course, what is longest day in Northern Hemisphere is the shortest day in Southern Hemisphere. So longest day in Northern Hemisphere is 21st June. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. This is very important. ठीक है, सब पूछते हैं. And shortest day होगा 22 December, 22nd December is shortest day. And when it comes to Southern Hemisphere, everything gets reversed. So 21st June will be shortest day in Southern Hemisphere, and 22nd December will be the longest day in Southern Hemisphere. Okay, so things goes opposite when we compare Northern and Southern Hemisphere. Okay, this has to be very crystal clear. Let's move on to the next one. World Population Day. When do we observe? कब observe किया जाता है? Please tell me if you know the answer. Please tell me in the live chat. World Population Day. So what happened was 11th July 1987, the world achieved 5 billion population. So since 1989, the people started celebrating 11th July as World Population Day. Although it became 5 billion population in 11th July 1987. उस टाइम पर 5 billion population हुई थी. At the world level, currently we are having 8 billion population. More than 8 billion, I would say. 2-3 साल पहले 8 billion achieve हो गया था. So now we are having more than 8 billion population at the world level. So which will be equivalent to 800 crore or more than 800 crore. 8 billion is 800 crore. Okay. The next is Kargil Vijay Divas is on. 23rd July, 26th July, 29th July, 31st July. Kargil Vijay Divas. So 1999 Kargil war happened. India versus Pakistan. India won it, and the date is 26th July 1999. So B is the right answer to this question. This is what you should be knowing about. Kargil is a district, and today you will find it in Ladakh Union Territory. Okay. The next is International Tigers Day. Is observed on which day? 23rd July, 26th July, 29th July, 31st July. What is the right answer to this question? So it's actually on 29th July. C is the right answer to this question. Global Tigers Day because 29 जुलाई को है ना सेंट पीटर्सबर्ग समिट हुआ था रशिया में in 2010 and there was a target of doubling the tigers population T into 2 and India has already achieved this target of multiplying tigers. So India is actually performing very good when it comes to saving the tigers. We have done fantastic. Specifically, Project Tiger जब से हुआ था है ना Project Tiger, I'm sure you must have heard. 1st April 1973. Because before that, there were a lot of killings of tigers were happening. So tiger numbers got decreased. After that, 1st April 1973 को Project Tiger was started. At that time, Indira Gandhi ji was the Prime Minister. And in the last 50 years, so 1st April 2023 ko we have got to know that yes, we have actually achieved a good achievement when it comes to protecting the tigers. And India is having, I think, when you compare it with the world level, I think the largest number of tigers you will find it actually in India. More than 50% of the tigers. And which is the tiger state of India? It means which state is having the maximum number of tigers. So the answer is Madhya Pradesh. Okay? That is what you should be knowing. C is the right answer to this question. Next is National Sports Day is on 23rd August, 29th August, 21st August, 14th August. It's actually the birthday of 29th August, Major Dhyan Chand. I'm sure you must have heard. Major Dhyan Chand was a very famous player and a hockey player. So that's what you should know. The next is Teachers Day is on Dash and is celebrated in the memory of Dash. So when do we celebrate World Teachers Day or National Teachers Day at India level? Not World Teacher Day, National Teachers Day. Like in India, we celebrate it on 5th September in the memory of Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Have you heard his name? He was first Vice President of India and second President of India. Okay. So you should know his name. Okay. Because I'm sure you must have celebrated Teachers Day in your school days. But you might not be aware of it, that in whose memory we celebrate. So you should know. S. Radhakrishnan. He was also the first winner of Bharat Ratan. Because first Bharat Ratan were given to 3 people in 1954. One of them is Mr. S. Radhakrishnan. Okay, yeah, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. The next one is Hindi Day. When do we observe? And why? That is also you should be knowing. National level, National Hindi Day. We're not talking about World Hindi Day. National level. 14th September 1949. What happened? Hindi was accepted under Article 343 of the Indian Constitution as official language of India, not national language. Because we don't have any national language currently. This has to be very crystal clear. We have official language, Hindi, under Article 343 of the Indian Constitution. 14th September 1949 it was decided. Okay, that is what. Official language. The next one is World Ozone Day. When do we celebrate? And what is the idea behind this? 13th September, 14th September, 29th September, 16th September. वर्ल्ड ओजोन डे. अच्छा ओजोन क्या होता है? ओजोन ऐसा होता है O3 है ना. What is so special about ozone? And like there we have a layer, like these are taught in the school days, that there is something called as ozone layer in the atmosphere that protects us from harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun, right? इतना तो पता होगा, ठीक है? In which layer of the atmosphere you will find ozone layer? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, कहाँ मिलेगा? Anyone? Okay, so 16 September 1987 को Montreal Protocol was signed, and that is why 16 September is celebrated as World Ozone Day. तो मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल क्या होता है? लेट मी एक्सप्लेन लिटिल बिट, थोड़ा बहुत बता देता हूँ. ओके, सो बेसिकली दीज आर द लेयर्स ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर. सो 0 से 10 के आसपास रफली समझो ट्रोपोस्फेयर, देन वी हैव स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर, ये वाला स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर हो गया, ये वाला ट्रोपोस्फेयर, ये मेसोस्फेयर, थर्मोस्फेयर, ये एक्सोस्फेयर. सो ट्रोपोस्फेयर के जस्ट अबव जाओगे, ये स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर वाला लेयर, यहीं पे स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर में, इन स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर यू विल फाइंड ozone layer. So these are sometimes asked in the exam, which protects from us from harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. Okay. What happened was around 1980s we have seen actually ozone hole, like depletion of ozone layer hone laga, especially in southern pole, because of formation of polar or stratospheric cloud. We're not going in that detail, but just have an idea. 1980s के आसपास ozone hole होने लगा, so the countries came together in Montreal. Montreal is actually a place in Quebec in Canada, and on 16 September 1987 they signed World Ozone Day. Okay, sorry, they signed Montreal Protocol to phase out ODS. ODS means ozone depleting substance. And what are those ozone depleting substance? Like chlorofluorocarbon, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, etc. And that is why 16 September every day is celebrated, every year is celebrated as World Ozone Day. Okay, this has to be very crystal clear. ये सब चीज पूछे जाते हैं, मैंने देखा है, ये पूछते हैं कि ओजोन लेयर कौन से लेयर में पाया जाता है. So, स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर में मिलेगा, ठीक है, ये वाला स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर है, ओजोन लेयर ये मिलेगा इन स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर. D is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. Air Force Day is on which day? 9th October, 8th October, 11th October, 19th October. Air Force Day कब मनाते हैं? So basically, Royal British Indian Air Force was established on 8th October 1932. ठीक है, so B is the right answer, है ना. रॉयल ब्रिटिश मतलब रॉयल जहां भी वर्ड आता है वो ब्रिटिश किंग वगैरह की तरफ इशारा किया था. रॉयल ब्रिटिश, सो एट दैट टाइम वी वर अंडर ब्रिटिश. सो आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस ये रॉयल ब्रिटिश हट गया, इट बिकम IAF, इंडियन एयरफोर्स. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. 8th October is celebrated as Air Force Day. And what is the motto of Air Force? नभम स्पर्शम दीप्तम, है ना. स्पेलिंग नभम, आप स्पेलिंग देख लीजिएगा, नभम स्पर्शम दीप्तम means touch the sky. Like this is actually taken from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and the translation of it is touch the sky with glory. ठीक है, that is what you should be knowing. ठीक है ना. पूरा लिख देता हूं क्लियरली, भागवत गीता. ओके, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. ओके, सो बी इज द राइट आंसर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. UN Day, United Nation Day. When do we celebrate or observe? Because in 1945 on this day, United Nation Charter came into force. The right answer is, है ना, 24th October 1945. So A is the right answer to this question. ठीक है, अगर आप चाहो यूनाइटेड नेशन के बारे में पढ़ना देखना तो आप ये वीडियो देख सकते हो. उसको सर्च करोगे ना, you'll get this video. You can watch it. Next is National Unity Day. When do we observe? It's actually the birthday of Sardar Patel. So D, है ना, National Unity Day is on 31st October. ठीक है, that is what you should be doing. The next one is World Legal Services Day. कब मनाया जाता है? So Legal Services Act 1987 में पास हुआ. It came into force on this day in 9th November, है ना? So इसी के अंदर नालसा एक अथॉरिटी बनाएगी, what we call it as National Legal Service Authority. This is to provide lawyers, provide legal aid and lawyers to poors and vulnerables. जो कमजोर है, जो गरीब है, जो बहुत जैसे कोई वॉर का विक्टिम है, कोई ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग का विक्टिम है, तो वो नालसा के पास जाके लॉयर की हेल्प मांग सकता है. ठीक है. So there is some eligibility. We are not going in that detail. But NALSA provides free legal aid to poor and vulnerables. कमजोर लोगों के लिए, गरीब कमजोर जो लोग हैं उनके लिए, है ना. So A is the right answer to this question. Now the next is National Education Day is on 9th November, 11th November, 7th November, 4th November. So the right answer is option B, 11th November. This is the birthday of actually Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He was the first education minister of India. Minister of India. Okay, please do not get confuse him with APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ अब्दुल कलाम देखो ये आजादी के टाइम पर थे, 1988 में पैदा हुए थे, 1947 में वो मिनिस्टर वगैरह बन गए थे. APJ Abdul Kalam sir died in 2015. Do not get confused. He was a different person and he was a different person. Although the names are very similar. ठीक है, confuse नहीं कीजिएगा. Let's move on to the next one. Constitution Day. Earlier it was called as Law Day, but in the last 5-6 years it is being celebrated as Constitution Day. कब होता है Constitution Day? When do we have Constitution Day? So it's actually on 26th November. Have you read preamble? Preamble आपने पढ़ा है? इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का preamble सर्च कीजिएगा. After the class is over, search preamble on Google. Google image पर जाइएगा. You will read the preamble. Last या second last line में लिखा होगा 26th day of November 1949. इस तरह का डेट लिखा होगा 26th November 1949. We adopt and enact our constitution. So this 26th November is Constitution Day. Okay. This is what you should be knowing about. The next is Indian Navy Day is on 3rd December, 4th December, 11th December, 19th December. What is the right answer? The right answer is 4th December. 4th December 1971. India conducted Operation Trident. ठीक है. It is celebrated because during Operation Trident, Indian Navy sank 4 Pakistani vessels near Karachi port in 1971 India-Pakistan war. That's why 4th December is celebrated as Navy Day. Okay, The next is Human Rights Day. When do we celebrate? 10th December, 4th December, 11th December, 19th December. So on this day, UDHR was signed. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, very famous. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So many countries came together and agree with that in 1948. 10th December 1948. A is the right answer to this question. What we call it as Human Rights Day, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay? So A is the right answer. You can see is an international agreement adopted by UN General Assembly enshrining the rights and freedoms of all human beings. So the concept was given by Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor Roosevelt. So for 58 members present at the time, 49 voted in favor, none were against, 8 abstained, and 2 did not vote. Okay. So that final voting happened on 10th December 1948. One more thing, 10th December is the death anniversary of Alfred Nobel, Sir Alfred Nobel. I'm sure you must have heard his name. Anna, in whose memory Nobel Prize is given. That is why, although the Nobel Prizes are announced in the month of October, but the Nobel Prize is given on 10th December. And the reason is because of this. Because this is the death anniversary of Alfred Nobel. Okay. I think Nobel Nobel लिखते हैं. Alfred Nobel, this is the spelling. Not Noble. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing. Okay. So we are stopping this class here. We have covered in 2 classes. Part 1 last Tuesday को 7 p.m. पे किया था, and this is the part 2 where we have discussed in both the classes. We have discussed important days. So tomorrow we'll be meeting you with a weekly current affairs at 7 p.m. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, press the like button, share this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.